my kids, we're kind of homebodies. And then at the same time, I am a water baby. So the second that temperature hits, we're going to be at the beach, we're going to be doing this. And I have found myself holding back from those activities when I wasn't in love or even neutral on where I was with my body shape. And it has everything to do with it. It's all connected. The memories you're creating, the memories you're allowing yourself to create are connected to how you feel about your body image, your inner confidence, which is directly reflected through what you are allowing yourself to wear. What's up, Style Nation? Welcome to the Style for Life podcast. It's your girl, Katie, here, back with another episode. As always, super excited to be here. Podcasting is hands down one of my favorite things in the whole world to do. Add it to my list of very important hobbies. So I'm super grateful that you're here. Shout out to all my OGs who've been on the Style for Life ride with me for the last couple of years. And hello to all my beautiful new style queens. Welcome. I'm so excited that you are here. I am pumped about today's episode because I am having the juiciest conversations, and I feel like I'm in this really big season of up-leveling. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm really pumped about today's episode, and I've had so many ahas. We've been talking about this over in the Style Squad. We've been having a wardrobe challenge. And this is what I love about style is at first blush, everyone's like, oh, no one cares. That's so vain. Like, why do we care about what I look like? I'm a jeans and t-shirt kind of girl. Me too. We'll talk about that later. And it used to really like get in my head, right? I'm like, no one cares about this. But you guys know we've been unpacking this for years now. And, I just launched a Style Squad back in February. It's amazing, exceeding my expectations, and the conversations there are fucking juicy. So I hope you are ready for some of the juiciest conversations because I want to bring them to the podcast because you are part of the Style Squad too. You just don't know it yet, or maybe you are part of the Style Squad. So we're doing this wardrobe challenge over in the Style Squad, and I don't know which comes first, right? Like in March, I just launched the Shop by a Stylist Spring Trends Report and Shopping Done For You guide. And then I launched this wardrobe challenge in the Style Squad. So I would love your opinion. I'm asking them too, is what comes first? Do we do the wardrobe challenge first where we really get to know ourselves and then I drop the book? I feel like the answer is yes, because that's how I work with my one-on-one clients. But there's something to be said around like the spring trends that start emerging in March. And I just don't feel fucking motivated to do a wardrobe challenge in February because the weather hasn't turned yet. So it's kind of a chicken or egg. And I don't feel like any of us, myself included, start to feel the actual pain point of needing to shop for new clothes until the weather starts to turn. But I always think it's really cool to know what to shop for and know what the trends are first, because it's like you got to plant that seed. And I have to know, like, when I'm faced with this is what's trending this spring and why, this is the fashion medicine that I need. Now I need to do my deep inner work to know exactly what I am, who I am, what is my style this season. Where am I at? Not just and what's going on in fashion, where am I at? What season of life am I in? So I wanted to bring some of this conversation to you guys today on the pod because it's so juicy and it's been so juicy. So we're doing this wardrobe challenge and it's really focused on your fashion foundations. So today's episode is going to be all about the 4 fashion foundations, like the 4 pillars to creating your fashion foundation, which then ultimately leads to how do you build your outfit formula, which then ultimately leads to an easy breezing morning where you've spent 5 minutes or less getting dressed and then set you up for the most epic fucking day. So I'm really excited to hop in. Before I do, I have to just tell you guys something that one of my clients told me that I am going to keep saying over and over. So everything I've kind of said has been leading to this is first blush, a lot of people think, oh, style and caring about what I wear and being stylish is really superficial. It's not, because it's tapping into who you are and uncovering your beliefs every step of the way. Because what you believe around your style, what you believe around other people's style, the thoughts, the limiting beliefs, the boxes that you put yourself in, you're not just doing that with your clothes, you're doing that in every area of your life. But when we're looking at our clothes, it's, I think, a really fun way where you're not messing anyone up. You're not hurting your children, setting them up for a life of therapy or breaking up your marriage or anything weird. It's just hey, I'm going to fucking try this pink shirt today and see how it feels. Do I like a Barbie core or do I like 3D flowers? It's pretty fun and pretty easy way to start stirring the pot in your life a little bit without breaking down and burning shit and flipping desks. I know this feels really dramatic, but I know you guys know what I'm talking about when we start to feel a little trapped in our lives, because all of us do. We all feel trapped in our lives at some point or another. We've realized that we've checked every single box, and by checking all those boxes, we've created a new box that we've put ourselves in that actually isn't our box to be in at all. So we're going to color on the outside of the box and we're going to bedazzle it and we're going to see, does that feel good? Okay, fuck that. Now we're going to graffiti it and see if that feels good. So this is what styling is all about to me. And so one of my recent clients, we just did some styling for a special event for her. She's been on the podcast before, as a good friend, said, digging into your style, knowing your style and working with that is the unsung hero of personal development. And I said, yes, that's what I've been trying to say for the last 3 years without having the language. Thank you so much for tossing that gold to me. I've caught it and now I'm sharing it with you. Understanding your style is so imperative. It is one of the unsung heroes of personal development because there's going to be a thread line that flows through everything that you like or dislike in fashion and how it translates into your life and your beliefs, the beliefs that serve you and the beliefs that are limiting you. So what we did I'm going to walk you through the 4 fashion foundations that we're running through in the Style Squad, but I really want to focus on one today because it's week 1 and so much really good shit has come out. And I've been talking about this and I've updated this asset for you so you can begin to implement. And this is uncovering your style archetype. This is where that personal development journey begins, because if you're like me, and, you forgot who you were along the way. Maybe you're approaching 40s. Maybe you're in your 40s and you're a mom and you've lost. That was the first time I lost myself, the first time I really knew that I lost myself was after I had kids. Now my kids are 10 and 14. And I feel just in the last couple of years I'm out of survival mode, right? I think kids under 3, it's survival mode. And I've started to see some of my personal freedom come back. And I'm well, who the fuck am I? I've made 1,000 decisions since 2009 where my whole life has changed. But guess what hasn't changed with me? My wardrobe, my style, any of that. Now, I would be lying if I said that about myself because this has been personal development for me since I was old enough to know what Aquanet hairspray was and my outfit that I wore on my 10th birthday, okay? This has always been something that I've been into. But it really starts with uncovering your style archetype and knowing who you are. So we dropped this. We started with this in Style Squad and it was around getting clear. And we did these little mini exercises. So before we jump into that, I want to tell you about the Style Squad. I can't even talk about the style archetype quiz. So I have this quiz that was gifted to me from a retired stylist that I use with every single one of my clients. It's where we start. You take the style quiz. I'm going to drop this in the show notes for you to uncover what your style archetype is. Yes, it's going to give you, you're a casual, you're a classic, you're dramatic, you're romantic. It's going to break you down into one of those really basic boxes. But this is where it benefits you. And this is where the magic fucking happens. And you can listen to the podcast all day long. Please do, because I'm here for it. But this is where you start to implement the things that we talk about on the show. This is how we continue the conversation and we continue this life work of continuing to develop and really understanding who we are. So take the quiz. I'm going to drop it in the show notes. You're going to uncover your style archetype. And then it's going to give you like anywhere from 15 to 25 style elements per archetype. And this is what I want you to start uncovering about yourself. Read through those. Like you're going to come through, if I had to guess, you are going to get something casual. And you might even get a classic. And then there's going to be this outlier. There's going to be the creative, the boho, the dramatic outlier in there. And you're going to be like, what the fuck do I do with this? It's all over the place. This shit doesn't work. I don't know if Katie knows what she's talking about. But this is where the magic happens, is you're going to go look at those style elements. Like I said, altogether, there's like over 100 different ones. Not to be overwhelming. It's juice for each bucket, right? Because I want you to start to see yourself in these archetypes. And you're going to read through them and you're going to get casual and it's going to say you like to dress like this and maybe you like this. And if you're casual, these are the kinds of silhouettes that you're attracted to. And these are the accessories that you're attracted to. And these are the hairstyles and the makeup that you're attracted to. And you get to ask yourself, like, sit, take a deep breath. Is this a yes or a no for me? And then where shit gets juicy is I want you to go to your closet with this new information and ask yourself, okay, it says that these are my archetype. These are the things that light me up. Where am I allowing this to show up in my style? Does my closet reflect this? You're going to learn so much about yourself. And it's going to say like, you like the boho style and you like flowy patterns and long maxi skirts and you like to wear your hair natural, like if it's curly and different things like that. Then you're going to walk in your closet and you're going to see, I don't know, a bunch of leggings and some shit you had from high school that you're still saving because maybe you're going to get into it one day. I bet you have some suits, or you probably have those dresses that you wore to your friends or sisters or coworkers or business buddies, wedding, taking up space. And every morning when you walk into the closet, you say to yourself, I have nothing to fucking wear. And this is why. One, there's many reasons why. One, we only wear probably 20 to 30% of the items in our closet when our closet's packed like that. Two, we don't have time to think about this shit, right? We're running businesses, we're raising kids, we're leading companies. We don't have time to think about what we are wearing, right? We're going to pull out the thing that feels good, and we're going to do it on repeat because it's a fucking habit that we've built and we don't want to shake that up. So when I invite you to download this quiz and get deep, like, I am not joking. The shit that we have uncovered, that I'm not even going to share all of it today because this is more podcast episodes and I really want to go deep with you guys on this. It starts here. It starts with uncovering your style archetypes. So you're going to download the quiz. Okay. So you can pause the podcast right now. You can go in the show notes and you can tap on it. I'm going to put it right there at the top. You're going to download this quiz. You're going to get it. You're going to answer it. You're only going to pick one question for one answer for each question because I want you to really, really get clear. It's going to be like picking between your kids, but you're going to do it. Okay. And then I'm going to talk about the activities that we've been doing over in the Style Squad. So the first thing was, so everyone's got access to the quiz, right? That's all part of this. The next thing is I want you to come up with your 3 style words. Ooh, so you've done this quiz. This is a lot, right? We're already really peeling back the layers. You could be like, the quiz is too much. But we're going to, now we've done the quiz. We know what our archetype is. Now I want you to tell me what your 3 style words are. How do you want to feel on a daily basis? And I say 3 words because I think 3 is a really good number to open up the multi-dimensionalness of our fucking inner style queen, our inner fashion goddess, okay? What are the different roles that she plays with throughout the day? She's a business owner. She's starting a new business. She's leading a company. She's the cool mom. She's funny. Maybe she has a podcast. Maybe she's showing up and she's giving, network workshops. Maybe she's going to networking things, right? Maybe she's delivering in company meetings all the time, right? So that's one version of her. How does that woman want to feel? She probably wants to be confident. She probably wants to be powerful. She probably wants to be bold. I'm not sure. These are all your words. Then there's another dimension of this style queen that you are, who wants to be approachable, who wants to be fun, who wants to be playful, who wants to nurture, who wants to be peaceful and calm and like this mothering energy, right? So you already see how these two things are starting to conflict. And now there's a third piece of you that wants to be sexy. Ooh, we'll talk about that one later. Or maybe she wants to be dramatic, or she wants to be seen, or she wants to be colorful. I really want you to think about, what are these words? I didn't say comfortable or casual. I think I did just say fucking comfortable. Fuck. That one comes up for everybody. We all want to be comfortable. I want to be comfortable. Okay? Everyone wants to be comfortable. Being comfortable physically and being comfortable mentally are two different things. We can talk about that. You can DM me. That's a totally different podcast episode, but I want you to uncover these three words. Okay? Now, last but not least, how we're uncovering the archetype. And this is still Fashion Foundation number 1. But this is the real work. And pull this from the other work that you're doing. Pull this from other areas of your life. Like I was talking to one client and she was like, well, I want to be fearless and blissful. But that's your fucking style words too. Your clothes should match that. You can't get up every fucking morning and journal and work out and do all the fucking things and that I'm going to be powerful and I'm going to be blissful and I'm going to be peaceful and then walk into your closet and put on clothes that make you fucking feel like shit. Guess what? Those two things aren't connecting. You're not rewiring your brain. You're not sending the signals. This goes back to the unsung hero of personal development. You can fucking personal development your ass all day long till you're exhausted. If your style is not aligned, there's other areas of your life as well, but you know me. If your clothes don't reflect that, and to yourself, not anybody else, if your clothes don't make you feel that way, that disconnect is going to constantly be there. You're constantly going to be like, why the fuck isn't this working? Why isn't this working? Why isn't this working? So you're going to take the quiz, the How to Unlock Your Style Archetype quiz that I'm going to drop in the show notes. You're going to understand what you're truly attracted to. You're going to have the style element there to give you the language. It's not just like, cool, I'm casual. No, you're going to have all the style elements there to know what it means to be attracted to casual. And then you get to decide, are you actually really casual or are you a little bit more dramatic? Now you get to go to your closet to see if your closet's reflecting that back to you, or have you neglected it? And now you really need to pay attention. Now this is how we begin to know what we need to shop. This is how we avoid shopping overwhelm. This is how we avoid spending money on shit and having to donate it later. This is how we avoid spending money because some stylist or some influencer posted a cute fucking shirt on Instagram and then we went and bought it. No, I do it too. We all do it. But this is how we build true inner confidence, is when we know ourselves through and through. I experience this daily as a business owner, right? Every time I see a business owner I admire do something in their business, I'm like, oh, fuck, now I need to go do that too, because like my podcast isn't enough and my emails aren't enough and I need to do this and I need to do that. And then I quickly have to check myself and be like, that's great. But is that really what the Style Squad needs, wants? Is that really what she's doing? Is that really how I'm feeling? No, people can be doing amazing things and they're just not for us. And we can appreciate that it's them and it's not us. And we can even love it for other people and not love it on us. And that's cool. And that's all part of the journey. So you're going to get your quiz. And you're going to come up with your style words. And then I want you to set a 10-minute timer. You might even be able to do it quicker. Bust out your Apple Watch or whatever wearable you got going on that you use in the morning when you're journaling. And you're going to set your timer. And I want you to play on Pinterest. And you're going to say, fuck, Katie, I haven't been on Pinterest in so long. And I'm saying, cool, like I live on it. And guess what's really cool about Pinterest? Is it's a place where you get to be you. And if you've been feeling the inkling of social media stresses me out, causes me anxiety, makes me feel like comparison syndrome, then I invite you to go play on Pinterest. It is adopting a little bit more of an Instagram feel, but without the other, you're controlling the content. It's like Google for Instagram. Okay. It's fucking amazing. So I want you to go in there and I want you to search some of those style elements that came from you from the style quiz to see what they visually present for you so you can start to refine. But I don't even want you to think about it at first. In those 10 minutes, I want you to play and I want you to have fun and I want you to pin any and everything that you like. The deep work comes after that. The deep work is the ahas and you starting to understand and starting to look at the themes and how that plays out for you. Then you're going to start seeing, now your shit's going to come up. Now you're going to be like, God damn, I see a lot of red lipstick on this. I don't own red lipstick. I can't wear red lipstick. It's too much. I'll be too much. My kids will wonder what the fuck I'm doing. My husband's going to ask me, who am I seeing? Who am I looking good for? I'm joking. Your partners are going to be like, oh, what's changing with you? Just see and notice what comes up, but don't let any of that hold space of you right now. Stay super curious. We have 5 values that in our very first, when we kicked off the Style Squad, I said, this is our Style Squad DNA. And one of those values is curiosity. Shit is going to come up for you and you're going to be like, well, where the fuck is that coming from? If you can't be curious about it, you're not going to like uncover it. You're not going to peel back that layer of the onion, and do it with your clothes and with the fashion, because guess what? That like, I can't wear red lipstick because my partner is going to wonder what I'm doing, or is going to be intimidated, or is going to think I'm outpacing them, or is going to, my friends and coworkers or my other business friends are going to think I'm being too bold, or I'm stepping outside of this comfort little fucking circle that we've created. And we all do this, right? They're going to wonder and question me. It's not really about the red lipstick. It's about all those things. The red lipstick is reflecting that back to you. You have to get really curious. Then you can go have these conversations openly with people, right? You can say like, hey, so yeah, I'm a little unhappy and I kind of want, like, I know I've been wearing this style because my sister said like cottagecore was all the rage, but cottagecore has never really been me, or I'm dressing this way that like my partner likes and my husband likes and my kids feel safe in, but it's not really me. You're allowed to reclaim those parts of yourself. Damn, we're like a whole episode in and we're really only on the one pillar of your fashion foundation, but I truly believe this is the foundation, right? So maybe it's not even pillars, maybe it's like a pyramid. And this is the biggest part is really uncovering who you are. This is the deep work. It's going to kick up shit for you because these are the deep, amazing conversations that we are having over in the squad. And that's what I want you to remember is it's never about the clothes. It's never about the clothes. Your only job here is to stay curious and to have fun and notice the threads and where those threads start to take you and how is it coming up in other areas of your life. If any of the things that I have said today have triggered you, 1, I'm glad. I guess that means we've hit a nerve. 2, I apologize. Let's talk about it. But honestly, we're looking for those things all the time. Like, as much as I hate it, like, my husband and I are both business owners and we're both together all day long. And it's so easy to see when you're with someone that often, like, their triggers and what's triggering them. And it's so easy to them to call you on the carpet with it. And I can totally see this in myself. And there's so many things, conversations that him and I have had in the last couple months that have been so incredibly fucking uncomfortable, but have been life-changing when I talk about developing unfucking shakable confidence. And that's what you want. That's why you're listening to this podcast. That's why it's called Styled for Life, because we're styling ourselves for the life that we want, the life that we deserve, right? Who doesn't want to feel amazing every day? Isn't that the end goal to all of this? However that looks for you. So fashion foundation number 1 is the archetype, understanding who you are. And now I'm really going to piss you off when I say that. Understand who she is. Get super fucking clear on that inner fashion goddess. What is your styles queen doing? And then make room for her to change. Because every day, I was just talking to one of my really good friends who's doing this interview series called Fuck It. Shout out to Val Cap. And we were talking about this in her interview. And her whole thing is like, what is that moment when you said fuck it? And you just did something. Right? Obviously, mine was when I got fired from my job and I had started this podcast and I was like, fuck it. Don't send me your job leads. I'm going to start a business, even though I have no idea what it is. And then we were talking and we were like, we experiencing so many fuck it moments. That one's extreme, but we experience little fuck it moments all day long, right? Where you put up a little boundary. Maybe your kid asks you to do something and you're like, nope, you can do it. Or whatever. Or you're like, fuck it, I'm just going to go for a walk in the middle of the day. Fuck it, I'm actually going to take that nap because that's what I want. We experience those moments all the time. And after 6 months of experiencing nothing but fuck it moments, you're going to evolve. And if fashion is an expression of how you feel on the inside, then your closet has to have permission. Your style, your wardrobe has to have permission to evolve with you. And that's not called shop until you drop. Nothing's wrong with that, but that's called letting your style evolve with you and asking yourself, do I really like this anymore? Is this still me? Now, there's so many different layers to this. So we could talk about values, but that's not going to be in today's episode. So fashion foundation number 1 is your archetype. Like I said, I really wanted to lean in to each of these. I think in their own episodes. I really wanted to lean into this one because I think this is where it starts in the conversations I've been having with people and the breakthroughs I've been having. As the leader of the client relationship, I'm like, oh my God, I am learning so much, witnessing and personally and all of it. So I really wanted to like hold space for uncovering and reawakening your style. Like, who are you? Who is that woman? So I know that was a lot of implementation. Listening's amazing. So I'm going to go through the other foundations just so we know what they are. And then we're going to continue this conversation in the podcast, on Instagram, in the Style Squad, wherever you and I hang out, wherever we connect. And we're going to continue to build on this. So foundation number 1 is archetype. Foundation number 2 is your lifestyle. We've kind of hinted towards this a little bit of getting into the closet and seeing if it matches. Part 2 is defining your lifestyle and your goals, right? What is the lifestyle that you have today? The lifestyle you do want to have in 6 months. So where we just talked about allowing your style to evolve, it's also a little bit of foreshadowing, right? So when I started to have those ahas and my kids were getting a little bit older, and even when my oldest was like edging into like, okay, now I have a built-in babysitter, when I'm looking at my lifestyle, I want to go on date nights. Do I have date night clothes? If I don't have date night clothes, that's going to mold what my date nights look like. Nothing's wrong with a cool casual date night at the brewery in jeans and a t-shirt, but I also want to experience date nights at the theater. Do I have those outfits? Yes or no? Are they cluttering my closet, or do they not exist? And the other thing with lifestyle is our lifestyles change season to season. And this is why I started the whole podcast with, what do we do first? The wardrobe challenge or the spring trends? Your lifestyle is going to change. We're way more active in the spring, summer than we are in the fall, winter. My kids, we're kind of homebodies. And then at the same time, I am a water baby. So the second that temperature hits, we're going to be at the beach. We're going to be doing this. And I have found myself holding back from those activities when I wasn't in love or even neutral on where I was with my body shape. And it has everything to do with it. It's all connected. The memories you're creating, the memories you're allowing yourself to create are connected to how you feel about your body image, your inner confidence, which is directly reflected through what you are allowing yourself to wear. And don't get me wrong, when I call you a fashion goddess, we're all fashion goddesses. This not meaning that you have to be a fashionista. Okay, that's not what we're talking here. I want you to be the fashionista of your style. I want you to be the style guru of your style. Do not get it twisted. So you know your archetype, that's fashion foundation number 1. Then you're going to define your lifestyle, and we'll talk more about that on a follow-up episode. Number 3 is you're going to get really in tune to what your body shape is. Now, I'm saying that because your body shape will change. And I am absolutely my next episode. So stay tuned, follow along, Style for Life. My next episodes are actually going to be around body shape. I want to talk about body shapes, and I want to talk about it in the vein of spring dresses because spring is coming. Dresses are something a lot of people shy away from because there's so many fucking styles. It's complicated, but it's also like wedding guest season. So next week, I'm going to pop back on the show. We're going to dig into some body shape work. We're going to talk about elements of dress styles and particular styles. I've even started to pull together the shopping mood board for you on this. So whether you shop it or you just use it for visuals, you can get a feeling of what this is. But getting clear on what your body shape is and the things that will always work for you, because that will eliminate your stress when getting dressed all the time. That will help you to understand the nuances of silhouettes and how they land on your body. Because once you know that, okay, I am a polished casual with a pop of drama and that's my style, and you've looked in your closet and you're like, okay, I have all these things. Now you're like, okay, well, V-necks look great on me because they elongate and I'm petite and I'm a little round in the belly and I have big bust. So that scoop neck top is really just making me look more round. That's why I never choose it. That's why I hate it. That's why this inherently perfect black t-shirt doesn't feel good on me, because it hangs or the neckline's not right. Necklines, oof, so much juice there. So like I said, make sure you tune back in. Next week, we'll go in depth on body shape, but that's definitely one of your fashion foundations, right? So there's 4 fashion foundations when we are really leaning into building ease and effortless fun and getting dressed every day. Discovering our archetype, defining our lifestyle, and understanding our body shape. So what is number 4, you ask? Number 4 is the one I struggle with the most. And this is going to be the soapbox that I stand on and that I die on forever. And people aren't going to like this. And again, this is going to get its own episode. I've already talked to my color queen about this. Number 4 is color. It's understanding your colors. It's understanding how color can help you to feel good, to look good, and to move freely, right? To take risks with color. But I have to say, I fucking hate color seasons. I hate putting people in a box, because that's all we've ever been taught our whole lives. It's how to fucking shrink and how to be put in a box. So I really want to change the way we talk about color. So you probably follow other stylists, you may or may not, and they might be showing you color palettes and they might be obsessing. And I know some of my clients right now are freaking out if they're listening to this episode. I am not saying that color palettes don't have a time and place. They absolutely fucking do. I think it's a foundation to understanding what colors look good on you, because there are colors that do look good on you, right? Science is science. 1 + 1 is 2. There are colors that look better and complement each other, tone on tone, cool and warm. If you're cool, you look good in cool colors. If you're warm, you look good in warm colors. But the art to this is perception is reality. And just like everyone's computer screen is tweaked to a different brightness or a different color saturation, as humans, we all are tweaked to a different brightness and a different color saturation, but so are our eyes. So unless you have really extreme coloring, and like I said, we'll do a whole separate episode on this, you don't need to kill yourself with constantly asking yourself, am I cool and am I warm? I stare at these Instagram videos all the time. This is why I have someone on my team that helps me. Like I said, my color queen, Jenny, because I've said to her, I can't do this. Yes, I can look at someone and know, like from a gut instinct, what colors are going to look good on them. But I do not desire to sit there, especially virtually, and be like, hey, so do you see? Okay, look here. Can you tell the difference? Can you tell the difference? Because chances are you fucking can't. And that's the shit that stresses you out in the morning. Now you're fucking overwhelmed, right? If you love a color, it's as simple as wear it. Now, again, yes, there's so much truth and value in this. I am not knocking color analysis or stylists who lean into it. Hell no. Those bitches are queens of their own right. I have plenty to learn from them, but my own personal belief here is that it's both. There are, in fact, colors that will look better on you. And like Jenny said to me today, if you have a client and she says that nothing fucking looks good on her, it's because she's not wearing the right colors. And I said, you are right. And once we understand what those right colors are, and she's attracted to orange, then she needs to wear orange because orange makes her happy, because orange signals something else for her. So when I say fuck your color palettes, don't freak out, don't hate me, don't delete the podcast, don't cancel me, don't unfollow me. I'm trying to open it up for you. I really want to give this. I want you to know the rules so that you can break the rules, right? That's why we get to choose and be our own selves. So we are going to, and it can evolve. And maybe fucking in 6 months, I won't feel this way anymore. Maybe in 6 months, I'll be a walking, fucking, talking color analysis. Who knows? I doubt it. It's been a couple years. And I've studied this and I've taken courses. I have an amazing color palette. A whole fucking Pantone swatch book that I have invested thousands of dollars in understanding this and learning this. And this is how I still feel to my core. This is just a belief that's serving me right now, that I don't want to put people in a box, because all we've done our whole lives is check boxes and fit into more boxes. And then we wonder why we're not happy in the box that we've created, because it's not actually your box. It's a box that you borrowed from someone else. It's a version of what someone told you it was like to be a mom, which is the biggest one. It's a version of what someone told you style was like. It's a version of what someone said, this is how you dress and this is what you do. You get to choose that. Only you get to choose that. And when you start choosing it here, you start choosing it everywhere. And I think since we get dressed every day, and we get to choose that, and usually no one's dictating that for us, it's the perfect place to start. Hence, why style is the unsung hero of personal development. So your 4 fashion foundations, just to quickly review, are your style archetype, your lifestyle, the lifestyle you currently have or the lifestyle you're working towards, understanding your body shape. Again, this is a lot of know the rules, break the rules, because I can give you all the rules for necklines and body shapes and silhouettes and where should your skirt flare and what kind of jeans you should wear. And you can say, well, fuck that. I love flare jeans. And you said I shouldn't wear flare jeans. Then you should absolutely wear flare jeans, but now we just need to know how to wear them. And the same goes with color, which is number 4. You can say, Katie, you said wear this, and this is my color palette. But like I just had someone say to me the other day, but I live here and I'm going to wear black, because that's what we do. And you should, but you should also know what to wear with that black so that your inherent colors do shine through, so that the physical aspects of your body are highlighted while the personality essence of who you are is coming through as well. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'm super fired up about helping you build this fashion foundation. It's so juicy. You enjoyed today, and this information is a lot, I know, and you're ready to implement. Go get that quiz. If you have questions about anything that I talked about here today and you want me to clarify, just DM me on Insta. All of my contact information is in the show notes. I'm not going to say it here because you ain't sitting there with a pen and paper, but you can pause the episode and you can hop into the show notes, and all of this is sitting there waiting for you. It's like a gold in your hand. And we can do this. So if you're interested in the squad, I will have some links in there if you want to learn more about that. But first and foremost, start with connecting to yourself. Go grab that quiz. You will not be disappointed. And stay tuned for the next week's episodes. As you can tell, they're getting super juicy and super spicy. And I cannot wait. And last but not least, if you have not listened to last week's episode, if you're like me, you probably do. I bounce around on my podcast. Last week, I had Kristen Swanson on the podcast. She's an execution coach. And we talked about how to get out of your own way and stop making excuses. And I feel like it's a really good precursor to this episode as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. You know I'm going to say it. If you liked this week's podcast, share it with a friend, tag me on Instagram, and if you feel called to leave a review, I would be so grateful and feel so good inside. And I would love to gift you with a copy of my quarterly Shop by a Stylist trends book and shopping experience, where you get all the spring trends that are coming. You get access to the looks. You get looks made for you, lookbook material. It has a replay that we did in the squad that I'm sharing with anyone who's grabbing the book after, but you can get it for free. Just leave a review, take a picture, and send it to me. And I love you so much, Style Queen. Thank you for being here, and I will see you on the flip side.